If you watch the show, then you'll get it.
I'm gonna watch the show. I'm sorry. It hurts feelings I haven't seen the show yet, but I do intend to watch the show. I'm very sorry.
No, it doesn't.
Where is this?
I'll show them.
Okay.
I think it's Sicily, and I think it is Palermo. That's where we filmed the scene in the White Lotus where I'm sat on a bench with Portia, and I'm explaining to her that we live in the best time, in the best place in the history of the world, and that we should be grateful that we don't live in medieval times, where we're, as he says, acking each other a bit.
Acking each other a bit.
Acking each other a bit. Somewhere in there, I think that alleyway there is where he sings the West Ham chant, I'm forever blowing bubbles, down the street in his drunken state. Oh, I'm forever blowing bubbles, creating bubbles in the air, United! And it was really funny because there were people living, you know, people coming out of their apartments on their balconies and kind of going, what is that racket? And we were all just kind of on vacation. The best part about staying in the hotel that we were filming in was that it was a really nice hotel. We took advantage of it, and it was nice to kind of just have it to ourselves for a few months. A lot of the time they were shooting other scenes that I wasn't in, and so I'd, you know, go for a walk in the hotel, you know, to the restaurant or to the gym or wherever. We were the only people in the hotel. So it was kind of cool to be in an empty hotel. It was a bit like The Shining, but in a fun
cool.
way, like a fun
Was it
Shining.
big? Was it a big?
It was big.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was big. It was very nice.
That is a place that's very, kind of brings back a lot of memories. This is in Louisiana, where we were shooting 12 Years a Slave. This is the main sort of the plantation house. It is where Solomon Northup spends a lot of his time, you know, during the film. A lot of the 12 years are spent here on the Epps plantation, Epps being played by Michael Fassbender. So it was a kind of central location for the filming.
Did this location itself have its own history, or was it?
It was
a plantation.
A plantation, yeah.
It was, wow.
A slave plantation. I remember it being just incredibly hot is the first thing
Yeah.
that hits you, is the incredible heat. And so obviously in a place that's hot and understanding the nature of the physical labor that was happening on a place like that, I think that was the first kind of understanding of what the realities were of the day-to-day experiences of people on those plantations. I think it was 106 that first day. So,
Oh my God.
yeah, it was very, very warm, and a couple of people just completely just passed out.
Did they?
On the first day.
Oh my God.
I visited a couple of the plantations before we started shooting, and some of the locations in New Orleans that were relevant. And so there was a real sense beforehand of just trying to get, you know, just a kind of a historical context of what was happening, as well as a kind of feel for Louisiana generally, actually. Even, you know, a kind of contemporary sense of Louisiana. I think all of that informed the process, you know, because some of, obviously, you know, if you can see that it's a plantation, it's not a set built, you know, on land. So all of this is a living history. These places still exist, are still visited, and are still part of the kind of landscape. So making films that are historical, you're sort of, obviously you're going back in time, and you're understanding that the dynamics that are played out within that moment have an impact on the current circumstances. And you realize then as well that the choices that are made have sort of echo into the future, and you realize that all of these choices have resonance and deep impact.
I don't want to follow that.
No.
It's just going to be
Let's see.
probably my backside or
This
something.
is where? This is a big reveal.
Big reveal, red car. I have no idea.
I mean,
Is it Lotus again? No. I've only got like 4 options, so it can't be Lotus
should
again.
should we try and break it down? This
Yeah.
looks like a sign here, doesn't it?
It's a breakfast sign.
Yeah, is that in English at the top, or is that Spanish?
No, I think it's Greece. Is it Greece?
I
I think it's Greece.
Tepe,
Yeah, I think that-
Yeah, my Greek is not quite what it should be.
No, it's pretty good, mate. Yeah, that is Greece. That is Paros.
Oh,
Greek island.
Well, now you're getting.
I'm on a roll now.
Now you seem to know where you're going.
Yeah, that is from a scene in an episode of One Day, where Emma and Dexter go to Greece for a holiday, and they get off the boat, and I think behind the tree is us.
Oh, is that your backpack?
Dexter wasn't wearing a backpack because he thought he was too cool to wear one. But Emma
accusing you of wearing a backpack.
No. If you watch the show, then you'll get it.
I'm gonna watch the show. I'm sorry. It hurts feelings I haven't seen the show yet, but I do intend to watch the show. I'm very sorry, Leo.
So she's wearing the backpack.
Is this a spoiler of any kind?
It's not.
No. Okay.
No. Okay. They go to Greece. They have a good holiday to an extent. I've just realised that. I remember that, and we're all kind of freaked out by the little squids that were hanging on the trees.
Up here?
Yeah. There's a scene where I run into the ocean taking all my clothes off.
Again.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a pattern.
That's why they hire me. I agree to
pattern
it.
for me.
And he runs into the ocean, taking his clothes off. And
You said that.
I just wanted to remind people that I take my It was freezing cold. So what you see on screen of him splashing about having a great time, it was actually really, really cold. I didn't realise you were in this.
Come on, I'm
kidding. I don't even know what it is.
Good. It's unfair. It's below the belt. This kind of thing.
Wait, I need to see what it is. I have no idea what that is. Do you?
Can I see that? Can I just? Oh, right. That's tricky. That's very tricky.
Do you know what it is?
Well, I kind of have a sense of where this is, of what this is. There's some technical terminology that I kind of have to recall. But this is obviously a sort of scientific space. And
on the back.
And you can see certain bits of missiles or rockets or, So this is from the film The Martian. I shot the film in Hungary. But obviously these are locations that are supposed to be in the States. And this is Benny Wong right here. It's me and Benny walking through JPL, and Benny, I have to say, is incredible. He's just I love Benny so much, and I've been lucky enough to make a few films with Benny, and over 20-something years now. I've also had the opportunity to play very different characters, over the years, but who always have this kind of friendship and great dynamic. So, anyway, there's the story behind that picture. I think It was one of the early parts of me and Benny being reunited on this set to play these parts. So it's so brilliant, that film. Actually,
it is.
I really think it's a lot of fun. It's just got,
it was a lot funnier than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It is funny.
Yeah.
It is funny. Yeah.
Is it in Budapest?
In and around Budapest, yeah. I can't remember if it was on the Buda side or the Pest side. But it was one of the two, definitely. I don't think I explored Budapest that much, actually. But I did go to the Marzipan Museum, which is a museum, and everything in it is made entirely of marzipan. No. And it is remarkable. It is just as good as it sounds. It is like an amazing place. You're like, is that marzipan? It's like you turn around and there's like a full-size, beetles.
Wow.
And you're like, they're all marzipan. Like, yes, they're all like marzipan.
Is anyone trying
to eat incredible place? No, they're protected. They're like behind glass.
But do they not go off? Does marzipan not go off?
I didn't ask these questions, and I didn't care.
You should have a room where you can go in and.
No. You could definitely bite. Yeah. Oh, that would be great.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
What is this? Oh.
Classic. We know that one.
Look at that shot. So beautiful.
Show them.
Thank you.
That's from our movie Bridget Jones. Mad about the boy.
From Bridget Jones.
Very soon you'll see a very handsome man jogging up to the tree.
Oh, did you jog?
And then a more handsome man driving up to the tree from the other angle.
Oh, really? Did I drive?
Oh my God. I've climbed a magical man tree.
That is on Hampstead Heath.
Yeah.
It was a gorgeous day, as you can see, on Hampstead Heath.
You know, when you hear that you're going to be shooting Bridget Jones in the summer, you know, in and around London, you know, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you know, you don't actually get in the English summers that many sunny days, sadly. But this was one of them.
It was. I'm
It
very
was my
lucky.
first day. It was a beautiful day.
You brought the
On the
sunshine.
heath.
Well done. It was very cool to shoot in London. It meant a lot to me. It was my one day to work with this man, which genuinely was a big deal for me.
That's very kind. Thank you.
yeah.
It's very sweet of you.
You can give me the $5 later.
Yeah, exactly. Just a phone. I just literally jogged past, said a few words, and I was on my way. And I was very glad that I wasn't having to get stuck up the tree. Because it looked fun, like, for the first hour.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't supposed to get stuck up the tree. I was supposed to just climb it and get them out, but I did get stuck at one point. I remember that branch there. I improvised, and I found myself just hanging off it, my feet dangling.
Did you have wires on you?
No.
Oh, right.
No, I don't know why.
Tom Cruise.
But then when you saw me dangling from the tree, it's less Tom Cruisey. Got scrapes all down my arm.
no.
Because that, yeah. Oh no! That's the extent of your empathy. I was really disappointed that we didn't have a fight scene.
Well, you know what? It's never too late, mate. No, I thought it was great that they, you know, I think of Mr. Wallaker not as a pugilist, but as, you know, he's
Is a pugilist?
Yeah, as a man of intelligence, and you know,
He blows a whistle half the movie.
Well, yeah, that's true. The whistle, with great power comes great responsibility, as I learnt with the whistle.